Bryan Gaiser is an investment advisor representative of Advisory Alpha LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. All opinions expressed by Bryan Gaiser are solely his own opinions and do not reflect the opinions of Advisory Alpha. This recording is for informational purposes only and should not be relied upon for investment decisions. Investment advisory and financial planning services offered through Advisory Alpha LLC, a registered investment advisor. Insurance, coaching, and educational services offered through Gaiser Financial Group. Gaiser Financial Group is a separate and unaffiliated entity of Advisory Alpha LLC. While tax and legal services may be discussed in the general course of financial and investment planning, Advisory Alpha does not provide tax or legal services. Please consult with your tax or legal professional prior to making decisions related to these issues. This material is not endorsed or approved by the Social Security Office or any other government agency. An annuity is a long-term financial product designed largely for asset accumulation and retirement needs. All guarantees are backed by the claims-paying ability of the issuing insurance company. All opinions expressed by externally cited sources are solely their own opinions and do not reflect the opinions of Advisory Alpha. This is for informational purposes only and should not be relied upon for investment decisions. The case studies presented reflects the specific circumstances of one client and should not be considered a guarantee that another client or potential client may experience the same or certain level of results. This is for informational purposes only and should not be construed as investment recommendations or solicitation. Names have been changed to protect the anonymity of clients and are not testimonials in nature. Learn, grow, and take charge of your retirement. This is the Wealth Through Wisdom podcast with financial advisor Bryan Gaiser, founder of Gaiser Financial Group.
It's the unfortunate reality for so many of us, Bryan. We work hard, we're smart, we do good things, but we just have so little knowledge, education given to us as far as what to do with our money. But there's so much expectation put upon us as well, right? Like pensions are going the way of the dinosaur. So it's up to us to save. And then it's up to us to now know what to do with those savings in retirement.
It is. Once again, it's just like running a retirement store, if you will. It's running your own retirement business. What is that business? It's the money you saved and making it last and making it grow throughout your retirement, making sure you earn enough that you can draw off of it so you can have the lifestyle that you want, do the things that you want, you and your family, give the funds to charities that you want to give to, things that are important to you. That's what we're talking about. Because a lot of people get so scared, and we talked about it in other shows where folks are so scared to spend any money. And just their pension and Social Security alone more than covers their bills, and they have $2 or $3 million in savings. And you're going, don't be that way. It's okay if you want to. When your grandson got there and you say, I want to pay off his college, but I'm worried if I do this and the market drops, I made a mistake. It's like, you can't worry about those kind of things. Look, you've got way more than enough. Your goal in retirement is having way more than enough. It's like you say, what's coming in during retirement? How much money do we pull off of our accounts? And then secondly, what's going out? What bills do we have to pay, right? Can I cover my bills from my Social Security and the money I'm making off of this retirement job that I inherited once I retired? And then in addition to that, did I save enough? Does it cover the basis? Does that make sense?
You bring up these points because that's exactly what this study by Northwestern Mutual is telling us, Bryan. So Northwestern Mutual did a study and they said that retirement planning comes down to those three questions. What's coming in? What's going out? What have you saved? But my question for you, Mr. Financial Advisor, here on the radio each week, is it really that simple? Can we really plan a successful retirement with just those three questions answered?
People believe things have to be complicated to have value. There are things inside of that are complicated. Right? And that's, how do I invest my money? Am I taking too much risk? So that's how much is coming in is coming from depending on how you invest. But if you take too much risk, then, the market pulls back and now you don't have as much coming in. So it's those critical balances. But the end result, the benchmark is, how much do I have coming in? Does it cover my expenses? Do I live the lifestyle I want? Can I give to my grandkids all of these things? If so, then you have enough coming in. And then what's going out? Well, are my expenses covered by my guaranteed income? If I was you and you're in retirement, your goal is to have guaranteed income, including your Social Security, maybe any pensions you may have, having guaranteed income that more than covers all your expenses. You want surplus income in retirement. Because when you were working, you had surplus income, or you wouldn't have been able to put money in your 401k. You're trying to duplicate those same efforts by managing that money, by managing that retirement store, if you will, that savings you have. You get me? And then if you haven't saved enough, you'll find out very quick that you haven't saved enough because you don't have enough coming in and you have too much going out and my money's whittling down to nothing. So that's what we do as advisors. We come in and go, look, I see what you've saved and that might not fit where you are right now. And I might give you some hard news. You know what that is? I know you're 65, ready to retire, but I'd recommend working 2 more years, and that will eliminate that mortgage debt. And that also will put another 50 or 60,000 in your general savings, so you have emergency money. And now you've knocked off a $2,000 mortgage. Then only 500 of that was taxes and insurance. So you've just increased your income by $1,500 a month. And I think with what you've saved, and then that additional you saved, is going to make it possible to you have the retirement you want. Might not be exactly the news you want to hear, but sometimes that's just what it is.
Better knowing.
Yeah, better knowing than being 74 and going, darn, I should have worked a couple of more years.
Right.
Or being 78 and saying, darn, I should have worked a couple of more years. So, folks, I want you to have the retirement you want to have, but the dollars and cents have got to make sense. It's just that simple. Folks, 336-586-5861. Let us put together a plan. Let us put together a tax and income structure for you, where we're going to show you what your taxes look like in retirement relative to all of your income streams that we create for you, or you already have, because you have Social Security, you have pensions. We're going to show you what that looks like on paper. Then we're going to show you what type of taxes you'd be paying and how much money would be left over. That's where the surplus income comes in. Your goal is not to meet your bills. Your goal is to exceed your bills, to have surplus income. What does that mean? That doesn't mean you're not necessarily having that money come straight into your account. Yep. It might be in the form of dividends, 15, 20 extra thousand, 30,000, 40,000 a year in dividends that are being reinvested on your behalf, because when you stop working, you can't contribute to that IRA. But you're not going to know how to do this unless you set that appointment. So if I was you and I was listening right now, take this number down, 336-586-5861. Once again, write this number down, 336-586-5861. Give us a call. Is it worth an hour of your time to get the next 30 years right? We're here in Greensboro, Dolly Madison Road, right off of Friendly Avenue. Come in. We'll sit down for about an hour, go over your situation. So give us a call, 336-586-5861.
Bryan and his team, they're here for you. Call right now to reserve a time on the calendar. We've opened up 5 spots just for radio listeners today. The number to dial, 336-586-5861, 336-586-5861. Let's get the conversation going about a full review on your savings and investments. This initial review, no fee, no obligation. So call right now to reserve a time, 336-586-5861. I know you believe in simplifying things, and that's a very important part of your process, Bryan, that you do is as far as streamlining things for the folks that you work with. However, and we were just talking about what's coming in, what's going out, how much you have saved. That's almost like the baseline, right? That's where we begin. However, there is a lot more to it, because there is so much more that can be gained through the correct Social Security strategy, through the correct tax planning strategy that so many people don't realize.
Exactly. And it just boils down to, should I take my Social Security now? Should I take it later? All of those kind of variables are important, but it depends on how much you've saved, what vehicles are they in? Are they in Roth IRA, Roth 401k, IRAs? Are they in brokerage accounts, savings accounts, CDs? All of these things we take into consideration, say, let's look at what you're in and determine, is that the right vehicle for you? And then put you in the right vehicles that will put you where you want to be in retirement. And vehicles would be like your brokerage account. Do we do more Roth? Should we do Roth conversion? We figure those things out. And then what we figure out today, 3 years from now might be different, because things have changed so drastically, because some things have happened to you in your life. You know, we've had a client in the last couple of years that diagnosed with ALS. He has since passed, and things have changed drastically for his wife, who is now single. And he had retired a couple of years before that, but she just retired, and that's what they retired into. You don't know what's going to happen. Not trying to sound sad about things or trying to bring you down, but it's just a reality. Right. These things happen.
Yep.
And so it's, all right, I'm prepared for the retirement I want, but what if? Have those what ifs covered as well. And I think a lot of people ignore the what if you will, Heather. But the bottom line is, we talked about these 3 questions: what's coming in, what's going out, and what you have and what have you saved are the 3 most important things. But I also think put just a little star beside a 4th one, and that is, I want to retire and have surplus income in retirement, because surplus income structure that we built for the folks I just talked about is why she's going to be in excellent shape. We structured them where assets are still being invested inside of their IRA in the form of dividends. So the dividend can give to your IRA. She's retired. She can't give to her IRA, even though in about 5 years she'll have an RMD. Those dividends can keep buying back in. It's all part of the game. But just using that as one example.
Yeah.
So it's all about surplus. And, she's in a situation now, she has 25, 30% more than she need coming in.
Okay.
Part of that being in the form of dividends. So it's not coming directly to her, but she can direct those funds to her if she needs them.
Yep.
Otherwise, she just lets them keep investing.
Okay.
So just keep investing in yourself is the long and short of it.
Yeah.
Folks, you're not just going to do it. It takes sitting down with someone that can help simplify and break it down to the simplest form, like I agree Northwestern Mutual did.
Okay.
Let us break it down in a way, Heather, where, hey, look, I understand this. I can do this. But it's really boils down to you got to be committed. I want surplus income in retirement. Now, listen to me. Here's the number, 336-586-5861. Give us a call. I'm going to give you my time. And I promise you, I don't like to waste my time, and I don't want to waste your time either. I want to make sure when you leave here, kind of glad I came here today. This all makes sense. That's my goal when you come to see me. So give us a call, 336-586-5861.
Thanks for listening to the Wealth Through Wisdom podcast. To learn more, visit geiserfinancial.com. Bryan Gaiser is an investment advisor representative of Advisory Alpha LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. All opinions expressed by Bryan Gaiser are solely his own opinions and do not reflect the opinions of Advisory Alpha. This recording is for informational purposes only and should not be relied upon for investment decisions. Investment advisory and financial planning services offered through Advisory Alpha LLC, a registered investment advisor. Insurance, coaching, and educational services offered through Gaiser Financial Group. Gaiser Financial Group is a separate and unaffiliated entity of Advisory Alpha LLC. While tax and legal services may be discussed in the general course of financial and investment planning, Advisory Alpha does not provide tax or legal services. Please consult with your tax or legal professional prior to making decisions related to these issues. This material is not endorsed or approved by the Social Security Office or any other government agency. An annuity is a long-term financial product designed largely for asset accumulation and retirement needs. All guarantees are backed by the claims-paying ability of the issuing insurance company. All opinions expressed by externally cited sources are solely their own opinions and do not reflect the opinions of Advisory Alpha. This is for informational purposes only and should not be relied upon for investment decisions. The case studies presented reflects the specific circumstances of one client and should not be considered a guarantee that another client or potential client may experience the same or certain level of results. This is for informational purposes only and should not be construed as investment recommendations or solicitation. Names have been changed to protect the anonymity of clients and are not testimonials in nature.